what's up everybody? I'm Lizzie Murphy. So today's video I decided to do another book video. I used to do these a lot when I was just starting out my channel, but then I kind of stopped, so I decided to pick it up again. And today I'm going to be discussing a book by Dee Henderson, The Negotiator. So with this book, I actually found it at a half-price books back in about 2 years ago, I think. Took me about a weekend to read it, which is weird for me because, as you all know, I am a very slow reader. There's only one instance where I read an entire 300-something page book in one day, and that was If I Live by Terry Blackstock. I literally just, who cares about everything else going on in the world and in my house, I'm just gonna read. So that's what I did, and I've never done that before. It was weird. So, but anyway, enough of If I Live, we're talking about The Negotiator. So in this book, Kate O'Malley, it is really interesting. I like how Dee Henderson really started out the suspense and everything just from page 1. Kate O'Malley is basically the type of person who, if there is a hostage situation anywhere, and she kind of talks him down and then tries to diffuse the whole situation. So, but then you kind of see that it keeps switching to this other guy that you don't know his name and you don't know what he's doing. You kind of, at first, you think he is one of the bad guys, and you know, and you're like, oh no, you know, it's like he's hiding behind the counter or the reception desk at the bank, and you're like, oh no, but no. But it turns out he works for, I cannot remember what he works for. Like I said, I read this 2 years ago, but he works for an agency, and it is pretty cool. Kate starts talking about her life story, but not really. She makes one up. She just starts talking, and she sits down, and like, I'm not even joking, for like 3 hours. It's like, even in the book it says 3 hours she just talks, and he grabbed a notepad or a dry erase board and wrote down ideas for her to talk about to try to keep the person from releasing the button, because he had I can't remember the term for it. I just saw it on the NCIS. LA. Oh my gosh. But it's like he had like bombs strapped to himself, and if he released the button, kaboom, and everybody in the place would be dead. So she kept talking, kept getting his mind off of what's going on here, getting on something else. So, but then she signals to her team who's outside just by Morse code with the tapping on her shoe or something like that. I think it's her shoe. And then suddenly there's glass flying everywhere, there's a big explosion, and she runs at the guy and tackles him and goes to grab the button, and he goes to punch her, but the guy from behind the counter, from the desk, you never know his name, suddenly comes out and takes the brunt of the hit for her, and tackles the guy and knocks him out and stuff like that. And she's just like holding the button because she knows if she releases it even slightly that they're all dead. So, and that's just the beginning of the book, and it is really like action-packed throughout this entire book. This is a Christian fiction book. To the best of my recollection, there's nothing wrong with this book. There's no cussing, there's nothing else in it. This book is really clean, but there's suspense, there's action. There is talk of, I don't want to say it, there is a lot of deaths. If you have read books like The Hunger Games, it's not as bad as The Hunger Games, trust me, but it is bad. But I don't want to ruin anything for you all. But yeah, this book is amazing, and then it just goes on. And one aspect that I really liked in this book, her name is Kate O'Malley. And I can't remember how many siblings there are, but every sibling she has, they're not actually related. They were, they're not siblings by blood. They were all raised in a foster home. And, no wait, not the foster home, orphanage. They were in the orphanage or something like that, and they grew up. They never got taken to a new family. None of them got separated. So they all made a pact. As soon as y'all were aged out of the system, they would legally change their name to O'Malley and become their own family. And that's exactly what they did. And all of them are in one shape or form a member of the law enforcement. Kate is what I just told you all. Her brother is a paramedic. Her other brother is a fireman. Her other brother is a police officer, if I remember correctly, or kind of like a bodyguard or something like that. And her sister is, oh gosh, a person who does autopsies. I can't remember the coroner. Nope. Yes. I don't know. I'm not that good with technical terms. Okay. And then I can't remember what the other sister does. But it is so cool because all of that and there are, I can't remember how many books there are, but it's how many siblings she has, that's how many books there are. And this one is talking about Kate specifically, and the next one is The Guardian. I'll have her pop up here. That's her brother. I can't remember his name. Oh, it's gonna bug me. But it goes talking about his story. One thing I really liked is that Kate, none of her siblings are believers. They do not believe in God. And Kate starts getting targeted by people, and she just kind of shrugs it off because, she gets targeted all the time by people who is in prison who she stopped from killing a bunch of people. And so it is really cool because her boss orders the guy who was at the bank to kind of be her bodyguard and, in a roundabout way, kind of set it, on the down low, do it, but, don't actually let her know you're doing it. So she doesn't really know. She just this guy's kind of coming, and he is a believer. He does believe in God, and she says that of all the evil that I've seen in this world, how can you trust your God? How can you still believe in him? And instead of him starting preaching and throwing off a Bible verse, he kind of doesn't answer, and I can't remember what happens next. Like I said, I haven't read this in 2 years. I kind of want to reread this book because this is really, really fun read. But yeah, I don't want to spoil anything for y'all, but I would highly recommend picking this book up, The Negotiator by Dee Henderson. And I'll leave a link to Amazon to buy this, or Barnes & Noble, whatever. I just do Amazon because it's a lot easier for me because I buy a lot of books on there as well. But yeah, I would highly recommend you all picking this up. It is a fantastic read. And that's it for today's video. I hope you all have a great day. The links to all my social media are down below for you all. I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, obviously. And I have a website. All links, again, down below for you all. I'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.